Hey, homie, I gotta be honest, man. I just want to be able to get in touch with my community. Like, I think on the long term, what I'm trying to say was, Dwayne Johnson, dog. Dwayne Johnson, started his career. A lot of people hated his guts, bro, because he came out WWE, this guy, I'm gonna do this body slam, dog. Dwayne Johnson, dog. So when he came up on the WWE scene, Worldwide Entertainment, Worldwide Federation, dog. He came up and a lot of people was like, hey, bro, it's a Dwayne Johnson, bro, dog. Trying to do the body slam, dog. Nah, man. This homie's tripping, dog. This homie's trying to be the next star of, WWE, dog. I mean, when he first came out, I think he had another name, but then he came as a Rock, and everybody loved him. Now, for him, it was not about people approval, dog. It's about, doing promoting the brand, dog, which is WWE, which is the Worldwide Entertainment, dog, or Worldwide Federation. Back then, for me, my homie, my trauma culture, I make content and I share with my trauma community, but for me, on the long term, bro, I'm trying to just get it, bro. I'm saying, I mean, a lot of people probably be like, hey, bro, why'd you avoid conflict? Yesterday at the Broadway's CAF with that Karen and Kevin, but that was a Karen, right? I went to ask him a question, hey, dog, at Broadway CAF just down there. I tried to ask him, hey, dog, some person with a dog followed me, stopped me at the, when I came down the alley, hey, dog, and he tried to told me that I was talking to his wife. I never talked to nobody's wife, bro. I'm only 32 years old, hey, dog. I'm young, I'm 60. Half the people, probably watch my content, probably think, oh, Jacob Brown's the bomb. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, maybe, bro. All right, mate. But for me, what's important, and I gotta keep honest with my community, my culture, my homies up in Cali, New York, few other spots, my family that's out in the States or Canada, in Europe, whoever's watching it, dog. It's for me, when you start compound interest I'm talking about, it's better to take the penny or the cent that doubles for 30 days and take that $1 million dollars or pounds. Why is that? Because compound interest goes to show, hey, bro, anything's possible, bro. You see, I mean, take some great leader like Warren Buffett, hey, dog. Warren Buffett, when he came up on the he's an investor, hey, bro. When he came up on the scene, Warren Buffett was he was laughed at. A lot of people was like, hey, dog, man, Warren Buffett, bro, he thinks he's a nerd, bro. He's a nerd. He trying to get into investing, dog, trying to do his thing, bro. Oh, Warren Buffett, bro. But Warren Buffett was like, hey, bro, I'm an investor, dog. And then he went and bought stocks and bonds and a few other things in the market, the stock market, dog. And then he became a not just multi-billionaire, bro. He's got over 150 billion. Now, the lesson here is that compound interest is just like anything that you do. Repetition creates momentum. The repetition, dog, creates momentum. Momentum then creates, long-term, the process. And then eventually one day, I mean, you got to fail in between. That's called life, dog. I mean, nothing happens. I mean, if you go bowling, right? I mean, say you go bowling, you go to a bowling alley with your homies or your shawties, your girlfriend, dog. Some pretty young thing with some. I'll probably take a pretty young thing with some bikinis on, dog. Why not, man? So imagine this: you take a shawty, to bowling, and you're playing bowling. Are you gonna hit full house every time? Nah, bro. Sometimes you throw the ball, you bowling and then it goes to the side and it just goes up. You hit nothing, dog. That's called life. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stand there and be like, you know what, man? I can't believe this, bro. I couldn't, get this full house, dog. I feel less of a person. I'm like, nah, bro, it's life, So you're gonna have this journey. So life is about compound interest. You put the work in, you put repetition. Eventually, over time, dog, things will start working out. Because when it's meant to work out, it will work out. You gotta just trust the process and cancel a lot of noise out. Especially for me, a lot of people watch my content. They're like, oh, Jacob, bro, where's he from? I go to certain spot. I went to Bristol. I was talking to these shawties up in Tesco. One was a blondie with some eyebrow, she done some eyebrow stuff. Her name was Brittany or some crap, dog. And I was talking to her and her friend, and they were shopping, self checkout. I was like, all right, man, and then talking to her and. Hey, man, I gotta be honest, man. She's good looking too. She's a pretty young thing, dog.